Over 2/3 of Gen Z report feeling alone, yet many lonely dudes want nothing more than to have a girlfriend. So let me teach you how to economically pull, and why it might not be what you need right now. I'm gonna break this down in chapters, so the first one is why you feel so alone. All of loneliness can really be summed up to that damn phone. In fact, 61% of young people report feeling lonelier after just 3 scrolls on Instagram. And even though that's a statistic I just made up, if I made it sound more believable, you probably still wouldn't go out of your way to hop on Google to fact check. And that's the problem. No one has the drive anymore to pursue anything more than what their phone can provide instantly. We can distract ourselves with whatever and whatever, but the fact still remains that humans, at our core, are social creatures. That's why I love to talk to people. The cure to loneliness is all around you, bro. You can literally change how you feel just by saying something quirky to the cashier or commenting on what brand of milk the lady in the self-checkout line is buying. But I guess we're all trying to protect ourselves in this day and age because what if this guy's a weirdo and I don't want him recording me?
Okay, how much did you run?
I can't make it.
All good.
Something I learned from clubbing is even though you might get that girl's Instagram, you'll probably never see her again. The beauty in that is you can pretend to be whoever you want. Finding another heart requires having a confident one. Honestly, I'm at this point in my life where I'm not exactly looking for a girlfriend, but I'm always meeting a new girl every week, but I keep fumbling. But the biggest advice I can give to the lonely dudes out there is you gotta make the first move. I used to try to think of something cheesy to say, or I gotta wait till I get my money up, or I gotta drink some more till I can finally go up to that girl and work my magic. At some point, you have to stop waiting for the perfect moment and just go for it. The wisest words one of my boys ever taught me is that when it comes to girls, you need to have what's called an abundance mindset. There's plenty of people in this world you'll be surprised got together, and plenty more who you'll be surprised will break up. There are so many amazing people on this planet that after every relationship I've been in, I feel like they've contributed to subtle shifts in my personality or have given me a different outlook on life. And it is only until you love yourself that you can truly love someone else. There's this saying, like on girl TikTok, however long their relationship lasts, it's gonna take twice that time to get over her. I'll say firsthand that it's reasonably true, but when you rise out of the trenches of pathetic, clingy desperation to the point where you didn't even realize you were disrespecting yourself because this was your first rodeo, you rebuild yourself as this newer, might sound corny, but you rebuild yourself as this evolved state of yourself. Something I've been recommending to all guys, even girls, is to get your heart so shattered to the point where those few weeks after the breakup, even thinking of their name makes you want to throw up. Speaking from experience, it really does tear you down and maybe distorts your perspective of love, but you learn to never let anyone control you like that ever again. This last chapter is called Frankenomics. I didn't think of this analogy until now, but this is how the world works. Everyone is born as a wall. We're built up, however, in whatever environments and surrounded by the people who look at us. We cover ourselves up with paint to be perceived as the person we think we want to be. But toss some paint thinner on that, John, and you'll be reminded of who you actually are. Of all the fronted layers you covered onto yourself to be someone that wasn't you. These past few years, I've convinced myself into being a more outgoing, semi-douchey, super duper charming, awesome heart of gold type dude, always making women call me the GOAT. But every so often, I get way too self-conscious of who I was or still am. Every so often, I look at the wall and see myself without the paint. But when it comes to girls, you gotta be first to the competition. In economics, this is called the Stackelberg model. The Stackelberg model is an economic strategy that rewards whoever makes the first move. Since you're first to the competition, you can more easily commit to the girl at the bar because the rest of the dudes are too scared to go up to her. Meaning that the rest of the guys have to make decisions based off of your confidence. It's like how the white chess pieces set the initial tempo of the game because they get to make the first move. Or like when you're making plans in the group chat with the fellas, they are more likely to meet at the place and time you set because you suggested it first. And everyone else will take into account your suggestion when considering their ideas for the plans. When you're coming back from the bar, the person who calls shotgun first is more likely to ride up front. On the first day of lecture, the guy who showed up to the classroom first gets to pick where he wants to sit, and your options for seats get progressively limited as more people fill up the classroom. Life is all about showing up, but showing up first is where you truly stand out. It's why we only remember George Washington and have no clue who the second president is. What I've learned is that the energy you radiate starts from the inside out. The way you see yourself affects the way you see the world, and the way you see the world affects the way you interact with the people around you. And the way you interact with the people around you determines if you're going to go home with her. And we're all trying to get a girl, right? So get out there and make the first move. No, man, it's. I think a lot of people overcomplicate getting a girlfriend and what you want to do with your life, when a lot of life is just so simple that you just. It's like when you're playing like Subnautica or like any like semi-open world survival game. It's just like there's all these things you can craft, and all you got to do is just pin the recipe or watch a tutorial video on YouTube. And just follow the guide, bruh, and you'll eventually have it. And I think a lot of people overcomplicate it. That like, oh, what am I gonna do? And it's like, I'm just getting stressed out. When just do it, man. We all have problems, whether it be mental or physical. It don't matter, baby. Just do it. And